Executive Governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Otti. Good evening, distinguished colleagues. Of course, this is another edition of Governor Alex Otti Speaks to Abians. My name is Vivian Chima, and my colleague right here.
Moses.
Okay, you all know how we do these things. We allow questions from the press. Of course, our listeners and viewers are at home and even in diaspora right now. So we allow questions, and it comes sequentially in order and by arrangements. So we take questions from the print. The print comes first. The radio comes second. The television comes third, and the online comes fourth. So right about now, we welcome questions from the prints. So your hands can be up right now. Okay. Please say your name and the media you represent.
Good evening, Your Excellency. Back Otti is of the New Telegraph. My question is just before my question, as a reminder, in the last two editions of this program, you promised to look into the salary disparity of teachers in the primary schools in Ubaya South, Ugunabo, Umunochi. Someone raised a question here and you offered to, you said you are not aware and you do something about it. We want to know what you have done in that regard. I'm saying this because this set of teachers do not get the salary that is commensurate with their grade level. And we understand that government pays all the money or all the salaries for all of them, but they don't get it. So that's maybe you need to know what you have done in that regard or intend to do. Then my own question now is the issue of minimum wage. Because I remember your promise that as soon as the federal government concludes with the labor there and decide or whatever, then you'll be among the first to comply. What is the situation now that they have concluded? Thank you.
Your Excellency, I would want to pass a quick reminder, please. When we ask these questions, we try to make them concise because of time. Thank you very much. So, okay.
Right, just to remind us that we are live on BCA 88.1 FM, we are live on Flow 94.9 FM, we are live on Family Love 99.9 FM, we are live on Magic 102.9 FM, we are live on AM 94.3 FM, Vision Africa 104.1 FM, Real FM 99.1 FM.
Okay, we are also live on Sun FM 91.3 Ibere. We're also live on Sun FM 91.9 Aba, Zig 96.3 FM, Speed 95.3 FM, Rapid 96.5 FM. We're also streaming on AF News, ABN TV, Ibere TV, and other online platforms.
Right, let us go down to the radio for the next question. I believe that. We're from Prince. Sorry. All right. Yes, the chief there.
Your Excellency, good evening, Your Excellency. and chief journalist, Your Excellency Adam Eder, Sam Obinaibe. Sam Obinaibe writes for Blueprint Newspaper Abuja, and the chairman correspondent chapel of Abians region. Your Excellency, let me go by saying a few days ago, the people working with HMB, they commended you that you will be paying their salaries as when due. But unfortunately, their salaries are being slashed by some of the appointees. I don't know if you are aware of this. If not, we want to find out what Your Excellency is doing to ensure that the people that are working in HMB, they say they work for you, they campaign for you, and you are keeping to your promise of paying us at when due. But there are those who want to undermine what you are doing in that regard. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Okay, who's next? Okay, please introduce yourself, your name and media.
My name is Henrietta Ashiko, the arrived for Nigerian Statesman. Okay, so precisely last Monday, the Commissioner for Information briefed journalists in Government House here, and he talked about the past government, their cronies and politicians, encroaching to lands belonging to public schools. And then there have been reaction over that. Some are applauding it and some are saying it's a witch hunt. So sir, please, I want you to use this opportunity to comment on it. Thank you, sir.
All right, before His Excellency reacts to those questions, let's just take one from the print media before moving down to that. Please, anybody identify yourself and your media outfit, please. One at the extreme there.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Leonard Okachi. I report for News Agency of Nigeria. Your Excellency, I want to commend you first of all for what you are doing in the education sector. The taking over schools from private sector and then having them now back in government. But Your Excellency, in your previous edition, one of the editions we had here, you did say that some of the civil servants will be taken back to classroom as teachers. I don't know in this reform whether it's still part of the plan, having those civil servants back to classroom. Thank you.
Okay, Your Excellency, you may want to react to this question now before we go over to the radio.
All right, thank you very much. Let me start with the last one from Leonard. Thank you for the commendation. Your question is about taking civil servants to the classrooms. That policy is still on, but we tweaked it a little bit. We believe that it will be counterproductive to take people who do not have any training around teaching and send them to the classroom. We believe it will not serve the purpose. So the tweaking we did was to now identify those ones who either went through teacher training colleges or colleges of education or have some training around education, so that we are putting square pegs in square holes. So it's not a massive transfer, it's a selective transfer. So we are doing that. And to also add some sweetener to it, we are discussing a discriminatory compensation package for teachers generally. and we have also increased the retirement age already from 60 to 65. I had announced it. From next week, we also will be increasing the retirement age for nurses from 60 to 65. Henrietta Chikode, your question around the encroachment of land belonging to schools. Your comment is partially correct. Except if when we finished the investigations, we cannot say that it was people who had a relationship with the past government that were encroaching in the already identified 180 schools that suffered this encroachment. But what we can be sure of is that people in the state had encroached on schools, on the land of schools belonging to government. And it is our decision to retrieve those lands that were encroached upon and hand them back to the schools. It doesn't matter who did the encroachment. Once we are able to establish that, and I believe that you yourself should also be interested. If you went to school here and you go back to your former school, you'll be amazed at what you see. So we believe it's the right thing to do. We really don't care who did it. We don't care under whose administration it was done. What we care about is that the right thing be done. So people will criticize. There's nothing you do that you will not have people criticize, particularly those who benefited from that irregularity. You won't expect them to clap when you are trying to right their wrong. Chief journalist, Sam, thank you for your question. That allegation is very, very serious. That appointees of government are slashing salary. That is a criminal offense. And I just wish you have evidence. Because when you come out to say that kind of thing, it is serious. I will react to it in a way that if it actually happened, those that did it will be shocked at what I will do. We do not tolerate it. One thing that I know is that a lot of people who thought their salaries were being reduced, when we investigated those complaints, we found out that what actually happened was that before now, an old tax rate was being applied. I think a tax rate, something about 2018 or 2019 tax rate. And there was a 2021 or 2022 law, which of course has come into effect. But I find it difficult to agree with you that somebody is pinching salaries. And how do you even do it? Because the money leaves the account of the state and hits the account of the beneficiary directly. So at what point will somebody deduct the salaries? And when you deduct, where do you take them to? Nobody gets paid by cash. So I will not say it is not true, but I will just say I find it very difficult to believe. So if you do have evidence, I would like you to share it. Igbako Otti, New Telegraph, thank you for reminding us of the salary disparity issue in some local governments. We've investigated it and we found that it is not true. What came from the Accountant General is also the issue of deductions and taxes. If you were getting paid and then you also were getting some overtime payments, and the government says you are not supposed to work overtime except if there is need for that, and it is the government that will ask you to do that. So I think that's what people are mistaking for salaries being deducted. So it would be nice if anybody feels his or salary is being deducted to come up with it. You can go straight either to the Commissioner for Information or the Accountant General's office so that we can look at it on a case-by-case basis. You asked a question about minimum wage. I'm happy to state that we have already set up a committee looking into the issue of minimum wage, while we still expect some more clarification from the center. The minimum wage announcement was just about the minimum wage of 70,000. What that means also is that every other person's salary will go up. So it's not going to be just the minimum wage, but every other salary will be adjusted accordingly. So my team, together with the Nigerian Labour Congress and Labour generally, are already engaging so that we can work out a solution that is practicable and that is also within the meager resources of the state. So we are not keeping quiet. We have it at the front burner. And as we even prepare for a review of the budget after the half year environment, we are already making provisions for increase in salaries on the basis of the new minimum wage. So thank you very much. I believe that's all the questions I recorded here.